Hi everyone. Sometimes I just see a little fat quarter, they call them. It's when you buy a snippet of a material in this sort of shape. But look at it. It's got writing if I look at it down this way. I love that it's got different patches. These are nice, completely different. So I could go for oranges, I could go for the dark bit. So many areas. But the thing is, what do you see when you look at it? What does it remind you of? It's like a mosaic, like a Roman mosaics, like that. Tiles, scales on a lizard's back. I see all kinds of strange things. I was thinking, something like I look at that and I see that that could be strange cliffs that are all eroded. Yeah, that looks good. And all I'd have to do is draw an outline on it, is what I'm thinking, to bring that one out. When I looked at it, and I look at something like this bit, I see lots of little windows in a line. And it reminds me of high rises. A cityscape. I've never tried to do a cityscape. This one again looks like a cliff coming down. So it can help to isolate it. I mean, any bit of material is pretty. Look at that one, that would make a good cityscape. As long as I took that bit out, and that's what you would have to do, you'd have to sort of think, which bit suits me best? I could tell a real story with that one, because it's so dark over here. The lights going on in the city. You can create a narrative. That one there. What outstanding colours together. And it's got the writing that you can recognise as writing. Sometimes the writing could be other things. This bit here, for example. If that was a rock, these bits could easily be the start of cracks in the rock. Under the sea. So it's a strange fabric, but I really liked the visions it was giving me. This one here I'd make it into a church tower because it's got these round window there all ready for me to pull out. I'd just do a little circle and a bigger circle and a steeple. You can make stained glass windows. That's another thing it would be great as. So sometimes you just got to buy a bit of fabric when you see something in it. Here's another one with mosaics and things. Alright, well, I better think. There's so many choices. Don't forget, you can turn it as well. Maybe you like something there. I mean, it makes a great abstract background anyway. That one looks a bit like an Aboriginal dot painting in that bit. What are these bits that are just sticking out here? Or maybe it's a reflection. There's different areas there that look like a reflection in water. So many choices, so little time. What do I want to do most? I might do a few, who knows. I think the orange patch on the left could be cliffs. I really see a lighthouse. I wonder if that helps you see what I'm seeing, and a boat in the foreground. In this one, my eye is drawn to the dark shape, center left, just there. It could be a cruise ship. Just putting in that line there and of the horizon and the ripples, and then maybe a town on the right, that we're looking down from. We'll all see something different. It's like when you look at clouds and you see shapes in them. But this fabric just is reaching in so many different directions. Look at that blotch of orange. It could be a butterfly. Or here, when I look at that scribbly writing and the lines there, I think maybe someone sees it as sheet music. And here, sometimes just putting in that horizon, doesn't that look like it could be buildings and their reflection in the water? I am really finding it fascinating. And like I said, so much to choose from. Look at this one, with a nice Gothic kind of gate. Or maybe you see a mosaic. Or maybe you want to extend the picture outside. I see Big Ben in part of that. Or a cathedral. And bushes. Or the sea, like I said. Here's a castle. Those kind of rook shapes. And here a city skyline. So I've just cut a couple of shapes out. Something where I could envisage something. It remains to be seen. Is it that direction, or is it that direction? Or is it that direction? Or that direction? Sometimes it helps to look through the screen actually and look at it from a long way away. On this one here I see a big, like a steeple or a building, like a cathedral perhaps. Alright, well, the main thing is you just look at it and see what you can use and what you can't. See, it does have writing, but I don't think you'd really be upset by it. It's light on this side. I might have to put a band of something else with this because it's not quite wide enough. But I do like that. What else could it be? Could be a lighthouse. That kind of shape. But I've got this here. What's that? Perhaps that's the moon. So it's a lot of fun just figuring it out. And how would you do it? You know, what would you do? What do you see? It's nice as it is, the fabric. Great in journaling. Alright, let me see. Now if I was going to marry something in, what colour would it be? What is it signifying? You know, I have ones that are like that, but that doesn't really do much. Oh, here's a red one. But I can't imagine how that would be part of the story. Quite like that colour with it. Leave it out just in case. That's a great nondescript thing that you could imagine was all kinds of things, but it doesn't really help with this. No, I do like that yellow best so far. It's a good tree, leafy tree one. This one's got a lot of good colours on it, hasn't it? Have a plain one. Plain would be okay too. Sometimes I grab these little tiny remnants because they're good. Oh, looks like lightning. It's a very Gothic one, isn't it? See, that blends in. That continues our background a little bit more. I wonder if we could use some more of this. You know, that one's not very big, but, you know, and put some other bits in that look like, yeah, look like more buildings. And so then I'd try a few things to see And if I just had a slim strip, it could look like high rises maybe. That's a possibility. What else did I have that I liked? I just liked the contrast. I liked that this had dark and light, but I don't know what I'd do. All right, let me think. So here we are. I've decided that, because it looks a bit like a night sky, and it blends in. See, the colour is between this and the dark. So I thought that was all right. And I thought I'll do something either like that, which will go almost to the top. And then I thought it's still too dark, so I'll try and bring some of the lighter colour in. Let's have a look. See, maybe I want to get as much of the top of that as I can in. Yeah. So I think something like that would suit me. And it has a pleasing balance and colours. And imagine that your stitches are going to pull that whole thing out so that everyone else sees your vision. Now, at the moment, I'm only interested in holding it together so I can pick it up and throw it around and get ideas. But I have just grabbed one strand of blue thread and I've gone up and doing this whole line here, attached it to this one, the dark blue, and putting this line up here, attached that one down. So I want to do the same with this, and it's really just those initial bits that initial stitching, and that's why I'm using a thread that isn't standing out very much, because I'm still thinking. But if I look at it from a distance, I can see what I'm looking for. I hope you can. So find an interesting bit of material and then have a look at it. Imagine, visualize, and create what you want out of it. And like a sculptor that can already see the shape in the wood before he starts, then it's the same with this. You find what you see in it and then add some stitches and try to see if you can bring that picture in your mind out so that others can see it just as easily as you do. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. It's also possible to donate if you would wish to, and thanks again.